founder of Bitcoin's Walls Club system. Today's Crypto Daily Show. We are broadcasting live right now on YouTube, and in a couple of seconds we'll be on Facebook as well as we are heating up. So prepare your coffee or tea, your favorite drink. Is going to be an exciting show. So what is going on, guys? Vitaly Dubin is here, founder and creator of Bitcoin's Walls Club system, where we are helping people become crypto millionaires. I'm super excited to do today's Crypto Daily Show. There's a lot of news, as always, in the cryptocurrency space. It's booming, it's shaking. You know, what is going on? How are you guys doing? Are you trading? Are you mining? Are you guys earning Bitcoin cryptocurrency every single day? It's really exciting to watch the markets. It's really exciting months and really exciting year. Of course, it has its own downs, but it's up and down, and all the way the trend is up. So let's start with, as usual, we're going to check our cryptocurrency marketplace and see what is going on here. We are at almost $400 billion overall market capitalization for all the cryptocurrencies, and the altcoin market is taking more and more space among the Bitcoin. It used to be Bitcoin, the one that has been the dominating cryptocurrency. Now it's taking less and less of the pie, as other coins like Ethereum, Ripple, Bitcoin Cash has been significantly up. Bitcoin Cash, because it is going to be an upgrade from 8 megabyte to 32 megabyte, the processing transaction power, so to speak, on the network. Because of that, the price has been rising like crazy, you know, 11% since the last 24 hours. But if you take a look at the charts of Bitcoin Cash, and hopefully you own some, it has been rising pretty much from $663 in April 12th to now $1,300. So it doubled in like 10 days or so from its market capitalization. So it's really awesome to see, and this is something that is typical of the cryptocurrency space, you know, among the major coins as well. It's been rising by a lot, all of them, since the last couple weeks. Overall on the trend, Litecoin, EOS, Cardano, Stellar has been performing pretty well. There are some coins like Mixin. Congratulations for all of you guys holding Mixin. Has been rising for 50% in the last 24 hours. We have Bytom, Centrality, Ethos. You know, some of those coins in the top 100 has been rising a lot in the last 24 hours. So that is what is going on. And we have Tim Draper, and Tim Draper is a big investor in the Bitcoin cryptocurrency. He has been successfully predicting Bitcoin at $10,000 by the end of, you know, by in 2017, and now he's saying that Bitcoin is going to hit $250,000 by 2022, and it's really awesome. And he's saying that he invested in Tesla, Hotmail, and Skype, in all of them in the early stages, and Bitcoin will be bigger than Tesla, Hotmail, and Skype, all of them combined. You know, and this is going to be bigger than the internet. So there's been like a debate recently about how you know, digital cryptocurrency are going to be compared to other investments and the future of them. So Draper is saying that Bitcoin will be bigger than the internet, and I absolutely 100% agree with him. He's on point. And he owns about I don't know how much, but he purchased on an auction about 30,000 Bitcoins in 2014 in a Marshall's service auction. So it's about $268 million worth of Bitcoins in today's prices. And some of the companies like Overstock.com is also in favor of Bitcoin and bullish on its security. And when they were challenged about the nefarious uses of Bitcoins, volatility, risks to investors, he said that Bitcoin is more secure than the money that is sitting in the banks, right? So, and that's the reality of it. And he sees Bitcoin as leading the market in long term. The crypto battle is still going to be the leading cryptocurrency. It's interesting to see that Bitcoin is disrupting the $45 billion art industry. So there is a lot of places that you can actually buy art in Bitcoin, and they are developing their own blockchain technology to secure big pieces of art of over $1 million. So that's really, really cool. We've seen Bitcoin right now trading at about 8,874. It touched $9,000. So we're kind of hovering among this price of 9,000, and if we find enough support, we're going to shoot to $10,000 and $11,000 pretty soon. So after all of this tax in United States has been passed, you know, we are seeing Bitcoin going to get back to $20,000 and $25,000 by the end of December, by the end of this year. So we're going to see how it all develops. Interesting study about Ethereum and Bitcoin and who is more decentralized has been held recently by a Turkish professor, a Cornell professor, a cryptocurrency expert, and he basically analyzed how the different computers and the miners and who is mining Bitcoin versus who is mining Ethereum, and the computer they're called nodes, right? Those miners that process the transactions. Okay, so he says overall that Bitcoin is less decentralized from the data center and the node standpoint than Ethereum, right? 56% of the Bitcoin nodes are in the data centers versus Ethereum that is more like individual holding, you know, smaller networks, homegrown entities, etc., etc. And the difference is quite big between Ethereum and Bitcoin because Ethereum handles decentralized application, what is called dApps. So an application like in the size of Facebook or Twitter can be held on the Ethereum blockchain, and according to Vitalik Buterin, the founder of Ethereum, can take 3 to 5 years to scale the Ethereum network. Now, it may be that the nodes of Ethereum are more decentralized than Bitcoin nodes. However, the main decision maker here is Vitalik Buterin, right, who is influencing a lot of the development of Ethereum. So from that standpoint, from the leadership standpoint, it's more centralized than Bitcoin. But nonetheless, you know, there's a lot of interesting solutions that has been, you know, there's going to be coming in the Ethereum network and the blockchain. Like, for example, the Plasma solution that basically miners are going to be able to come together kind of, and instead of competing, they're going to assist each other to solve those math problems, and not having to spend their computer power, so they can save a lot of electricity. So this solution is interesting, and we're going to see how it's going to work in the long term. Now, moving up to India. You know, India has been recently banned cryptocurrencies like the Reserve Bank of India, RBI, and the Services Tax Council and the Ministry of Finance, that believes that basically what they're doing right now is they're making the trading of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency much more difficult in India. So they have organized a huge petition, the Indian people, and they signed on the change.org. They signed a petition with 43,000 signatures, and they're stating that this ban on cryptocurrency banks, right, to prohibit processing cryptocurrency payments and all of that stuff, is a ban that violates the Indian constitution that states for, you know, the people, it doesn't prohibit discrimination between equal and doesn't allow citizens the right to any occupation, trade, or business. So, you know, this is the state of a kind of like war that is going on still between the lingering power of the banking systems, the old infrastructure, you know, the central banks, the governments, and this power is going to slightly and gradually it's going to subside, and the cryptocurrency are going to win, because this is power to the people, and they cannot hold off this technology. Now, what's interesting is that, you know, some of the developments of India, you know, among them, they are pro Bitcoin, just like Iran. You know, Iran set to bar banks from Bitcoin market. The same is happening in Iran. You know, central banks, they're basically saying that virtual currencies have the option to be used for money laundering, supporting terrorism, and exchange of sums between wrongdoers. But they kind of fail to mention that US dollars and the fiat currencies are actually also being used for a lot, and even more than Bitcoin, for money laundering, right, and supporting terrorism. So it's not just Bitcoin that is the culprit of that. So it's a weak attempt, the last straws attempts, you know, to kind of hold off the Bitcoin technology. But interesting enough, that the country's information communication technology minister revealed in February that Iran's central bank is developing a cryptocurrency that will be administered by the state government. Interesting, right, guys? That the central bank itself is developing a cryptocurrency. That's kind of like a trend that we are seeing it happen again and again, that the major banks are you know, secretly working on their own blockchain and their own cryptocurrency. And actually, the secretary of the Iran Cyberspace Authority went so far to say the nation welcomes Bitcoin, provided there are proper regulations, and they're studying Bitcoin. So, anyways, you know, this is the thing that is temporary. You know, it's not going to withhold a span of time, and overall, as years is going to pass, you know, this is not going to happen. It's not going to be an issue. Not in India, not in Iran, because the world develops. We have New York that probe major cryptocurrency exchanges, 13 of them, and 12 of them actually that has been investigated for the information. They are providing information to the government, to the New York Attorney General Eric Schneiderman. But one exchange, Kraken, is not complying, and they're staying away from New York and all of that probing. So, you know, the governments are trying to make it more transparent, more, you know, because some exchanges has been hacked, and other, you know, the cyber crime in exchanges is a major concern and a valid concern. And still, we're going to see, you know, how crypto exchanges are going to be more transparent down the line, and how much information they're going to divulge to the governments and all of that. On the positive note, we have a survey done that 89% of Visa, MasterCard, and Union Pay users who know crypto. 53% even purchase crypto. So there's a recent global study, and this is among the customers of a World Core company, and they have 300,000 customers in total, and 89% of them are aware and knowledgeable about cryptocurrencies, and over 50% of them actually bought cryptocurrency in the past 12 months. And although their study is a little bit biased, because it was conducted among the clients who were savvy in the sphere of financial services, it still gives you a picture that the world is getting more and more knowledgeable about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as a total. So the awareness is going up and up. And we have Georgia in the United States is becoming a tiny nation of Bitcoin behemoth, right? Because of the Bitfury. Bitfury actually is one of the largest companies, US-based companies in Georgia, that has been issuing chips and all kinds of, they're mining Bitcoin in the state of Georgia. So a lot of people made money here with mining cryptocurrencies in Georgia, and it's really awesome to see. There are some people, this is how it all looks like. You see, guys, a lot of the home prospectors, they're actually mining cryptocurrency in Georgia. Like, for example, Zcash costs about $80 in electricity and produces $800 a month in mining in the late last year, right, when the mining was more profitable in November, December. But it's still profitable, and what attracts people to mine Bitcoin and connect them to the pool. Okay, so it's kind of interesting to see. Those are actually a shop in Utah, and they issue physical Bitcoins with codes protected by tamper-proof holographic seals. So, we see this kind of like a nostalgia for a physical coin, but actually with a digital component inside of them. So those are the news for today's in crypto show. Hope you enjoyed this and you learned something. And as always, every single day there's something happening in the crypto space. We're going to keep updating you about the state of Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and I'm going to see you all, guys, on the next show. And very, very excited for this week in the Bitcoin Swells Club. We're going to announce some big things this week, and we continue working on the course, and I'm going to update you about this and the new funnels and how we progress with everything inside Bitcoin Swells Club, where my goal is to help 500 people to become crypto millionaires and 10,000 people within our community to fully support themselves with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So I'm super excited about that. Every single day we are moving closer to this goal, and let's all have a very, very productive week. And I'm going to see you guys tomorrow on our big webinar and coaching session for all of our members of Bitcoin